Hello and welcome to another live video from me. I'm Lucy Brand and founder of the Mistake Ministry and the Central Silver Club and lucy-brand.com, where you can find all my information if you are curious about working with me and you'd like to go to the next level in your life, manifest whatever it is that's on your vision board, whether that be in business or in your personal life, because the two are so mixed. Even if you have a career and a traditional job, like you can't separate the two. It's just impossible. They're so merged. And what I talk about a lot is that you could have an experience when you were younger, maybe an experience that you were when you were eight, and that's impacting how you're showing up in your work now. Which needs to be released so you can show up as your true self, your authentic self. So yeah, if you would like help doing that, then please head on over to lucy-brand.com. And also, I'm the co-founder of the Circular Light movement, and our membership is open, but the special offer ends today. So if you are curious about that, check out the description. We'd love to welcome you. If it's a frequency match, if it feels right to you, it feels aligned, and you're ready to create positive change in your life and the world, then we would love to welcome you. So back to today's video, what to do if you don't know what you want. This is really important because I'm always talking about the importance of knowing what you want in life, because if you don't know what you want, the universe can't give it to you. And if you don't know what you want, then you're not focusing on it. So law of attraction, attract it into your experience once you've matched your frequency, because whatever you desire has a frequency. Everything in this universe is vibrational. Everything from the laptop I'm using to record this video on to even myself, like we're all vibrational beings. Everything is vibration and it emits a frequency. So anything you desire, anything you want is emitting a frequency, but you're not a match for it at the moment. So what you have to do, it's almost like tuning your radio dial. You have to tune yourself, usually by releasing trapped emotions, mindset work, and getting into the frequency of love, joy, happiness, because that's where all your desires hang out. And once you've tuned your radio frequency, your transmitter to those, then it will come in, because it has to. It's the law of attraction. But what to do if you don't know what you want? That can be really tricky, because then you can be sending mixed signals, mixed vibrations to the universe, and then getting mixed results. And you're like, well, what? I didn't order this. Why is this showing up in my life? So the first thing to do, if you don't know what you want, is write a list of what you don't want. This is the first step, okay? Because then what might become apparent is what you do want. If it's like perhaps what's going on in your life right now, or your work, or your business, write a list of what doesn't feel great, what doesn't feel right, what doesn't feel aligned to you, what doesn't feel where you're going. So usually one of the things I like to say is that you have a mountain. Most people like have a mountain, like they know where they're going, and the mountain can change, like it can move, it's not stuck, but it's where you're heading. So it could be anything. Perhaps it's finding a partner, perhaps it's a career desire, perhaps it's, and I've spoken in my other video about the difference between desires and goals, and that's why I used to like to use the word desires. Perhaps it's financial freedom, perhaps it's buying a house. Like, I don't know what it is, like, but there's usually a few mountains, really, because we break our lives down into different areas. What is kind of the big mountain that you're heading towards? If you don't know that, then that's cool too, no worries. This process will definitely help you to find out what your big mountain is. So what is it in your life, or whatever area you're choosing to focus on because you don't know what you want? What is it that you don't like? What doesn't feel aligned? What feels icky or heavy if you have to do it? Like, you know, that kind of like, oh, do I have to do this? Like, it's not any fun. What doesn't feel fun? What makes you feel, oh, could even be not good enough? What is it? And just refine things that you don't like, things that don't make you feel great, because they need to go. So write a list out of those, and then you can slowly refine until you find out what it is you do want. Now, the thing is with this is great. This is a great practice. I share it with my clients. I do it all the time. But then you've got to take action. Okay, it's like when you're just meditating for something, it's never going to happen. You have to meet the universe halfway and take action. So once you've refined your list, maybe there's a couple of things on there or a couple of ideas that come to you and you're like, maybe that's what I want from life. Maybe that's what I want, or that's what I desire. Then take action, take a step in securing that. So if it's a house, then why not go on Rightmove or call some estate agents? Or if it's finding a partner, then maybe join some internet dating sites. If it's financial freedom, maybe take the step and buy a book about how to attain financial freedom. Okay, it's about taking that action. And then once you've taken that action, sometimes you might be like, actually, no, this isn't what I want. This doesn't feel right. And that's okay. You can change your mind. It's your life. And then just so try one of the other things out. But otherwise we get stuck. We get stuck in our heads and the thinking, and then the anxiety and the worry comes. And it's like, oh, get out of your head, into your body, and take some action which feels aligned and inspired. The other thing, you can work the other way with refining. So when we manifested this beautiful house that we live in now in the middle of nowhere, we'd never been here. We'd never been to this village that we live in. We'd never been to this area. No, we'd never even been to this county. We've driven through it, but we'd never been to it. So when we were looking for what we want, trying to work out, we did it the other way of what was available to us. So we were on Rightmove and seeing what was possible, even though I truly believe that you can manifest anything that you choose. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. I promise that. Like, I totally believe it. But looking at what our options were and what was possible. And then from that, we knew what we wanted. So, for example, it could be double glazing, a garage, a driveway, you know, a garden, like all these things. But we didn't want a massive garden because we were going from a flat to a garden, which had no garden. So then we didn't want a big garden because we didn't want the responsibility. So it's like refining what we wanted, but the other way around, and looking at what the options are, what are the possibilities, and then working out from that what we wanted. For example, there was one place that was really nice, but it had electric heaters. And I know they aren't very economical, but they're also not that great for you. So the wall-mounted ones, that's what I'd heard. So I was like, I don't really feel that house because of those. Like, we don't want that. So it's kind of working it down, refining it, but the other way. If you kind of know what you want, but you don't know the specifics. And then don't forget to leave room. Don't submit an entire list. Leave a gap, leave a space for wiggle room, I like to call it, for the universe to show up and deliver things that will blow your mind. Because you've only got your human mind that's limited. We've got our minds, even the most geniuses on the planet, they're limited potential because of their mind, whereas source is unlimited, it's infinite. The universe is infinite, it's unlimited. So allow them to fill in the gaps for things that your human mind might never have conceived of. And then the other thing, so I would try all of these. The other thing is your why. Why do you want it? Like, why do you desire this thing? And this is really good because it breaks it down. Is it something because you think you should, because society deems it? Is it because you think you should, because a parent expects it of you? Is it or work expects it of you? Or sometimes we find, do you just want it to prove someone wrong? Perhaps a teacher when you were younger that said that you couldn't. And it's just exploring these as well, because that will give you your answer of why you really want it. Because what happens is, sometimes if we don't know our why, and we haven't got a really strong why, particularly in business, if you haven't got a strong why you're doing what you're doing, when the bumps in the road come, and there usually are some, it's never usually plain sailing, because we've got to get our mindset, our energy and our emotions on board with what we're trying to call in, bring in, manifest, create for ourselves. It can get a bit bumpy, especially in the beginning, because your mind's like, no, we're not going that way. We're going to stay safely in our comfort zone. So when you travel outside your comfort zone, it can get a little bit bumpy sometimes. And that's when your why is super, super important, because you're like, no, this is the reason I'm doing it. This is the reason I'm going towards my mountain, because of the result that I'm desiring for myself, for my family, for my community, the world, whatever it might be. So I hope that helped today, lovelies, in helping you find out what you want, because it is so important. Once you have the clarity around what it is you want, it's a game changer, because then you can manifest like that. The rest is easy. It's easy once you know what you want. Okay, so that's it from me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.